Morning. Hello and welcome to Post 513's 123rd Annual Memorial Day service held in Rome, Wisconsin. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Kyle Tipton. I am a 2009 graduate of Jefferson High School. My parents are David and Tracy Venti, right here in the front row. Upon completing school, I looked to join the local workforce, but with jobs being scarce due to downturn in the economy, I decided to follow many of my family's footsteps and join the military. My great-grandfather, Victor G. Venti from Rome, proudly served in the U.S. Army during World War I in the European theater. My great-grandfather, Leslie Prefer from Jefferson, served in the U.S. Army during World War II. My grandfather, David Renz from Jefferson, served in the U.S. Navy. My uncle Chris Renz from Fort Atkinson also served in the U.S. Navy. My father, David Venti from Rome, served in the U.S. Army during Desert Storm. And as my friend here said, my twin brother is still serving in Afghanistan today. I signed up for the Wisconsin National Guard in December 2010 and left for basic training in March 2011 at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. During basic, I was honored to be chosen as a platoon guide, the highest honor obtained during basic, which put me in charge of my platoon in the absence of the drill sergeants. I graduated on Memorial Day weekend from basic in 2011 and then left for Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri for advanced individual training as an 88 mic truck driver. During advanced training, I learned the operation of many Army vehicles. This included MRAPs, our main vehicle used during my deployment to Afghanistan. Upon completion of advanced training at Fort Leonard Wood, in July 2011, I returned home and was assigned to the 1157 Transportation Company out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. We drilled the standard 1 week a month and 2 weeks during the summer during this time. In August of 2011, our unit was issued orders for deployment to Kuwait for base security detail. As we were readying for this deployment, we had different orders in September of 2011 for deployment to Afghanistan. This deployment would find us doing convoy security for retrograde support. We left for Camp Shelby, Mississippi on Valentine's Day of 2012, During this time, we trained for our challenges that would face us during our mission in Afghanistan. This included IED training, ambush training, urban warfare training, and weapons training. This took place until April 2012. On April 12, 2012, we boarded planes and were on our way to Afghanistan. Our boots hit ground in Kyrgyzstan on April 13th, starting our 9-month tour out of country. On April 14th, we left for Bagram Airfield in northern Afghanistan. This would serve as our home base throughout the deployment. We were sent out on numerous missions guarding convoys going into heavily dangerous enemy areas. These missions could last anywhere from 7 to 14 days at a time, running from sometimes 23 hours a day. Our longest mission was 32 hours without any sleep. A long one. The areas we convoyed to were Jalalabad, Fob Airborne, Fob Ghazni. Fob is Forward Operation Base. Fob Lightning, Gardez, and Kabul. Most of the time, I was either driving or manning the turret 50 cal on our MRAP, which carried up to 6 people. Many of those routes were through mountain passes of Afghanistan. At times, the roads were so narrow that our tires would hang off the side of the mountain pass with nothing below but a 1,700-foot drop. This created a great pucker factor among the troops and the carriers. Most of our time we consumed with our missions, but there was some downtime. During these times, we talked to family back home, watching movies, or even built an occasional snowman. I even spent $7 when I got to a base with a Burger King for a Whopper, and it was a very great disappointment. The support group from friends and family at home was invaluable. At Christmas time, we were sent so many cookies, there was no possible way to eat them all. So I gave some to the USO for troops that didn't have family back home. We started training our replacement unit in the end of December as our deployment was coming to an end. On January 2nd, we started our return trip home. We stopped at Kyrgyzstan for 2 more days, then proceeded back to Camp Shelby, Mississippi. We went through our demobilizing process, which felt like it took forever. After our 2-week demo, we jumped on a plane on January 18th to come back to Wisconsin. The excitement was overwhelming as we drew closer to home, to our families. We arrived in Green Bay and were bused to the EAA grounds in Oshkosh, where our families were awaiting us. There is no way to describe the feeling one gets when seeing your family for the first time in a year. Although there was difficult times that our unit dealt with, over the course of our deployment, we stuck together and formed a close-knit unit. Wisconsin has a long-standing tradition in the National Guard, and we felt we were able to add to the legacy with our actions and commitment during this time. I want to thank you all for coming today, and please shake a hand of a veteran and let them know how much you appreciate their service. It means a lot to us knowing we have your support. Also remember, those have gone before and given the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.